Good morning. So James and I are here in Kansas, and we're fishing at Mound City Lake. Yesterday we went out on the scene and got our teeth kicked in. Didn't have a single bite. We only fished for like 5 hours, but it was still really tough. Really tough. So we decided to come here, try a different lake. Normally I'll kind of fish the same lake twice, even if it was tough, because I feel like the second day we'll have a little bit better feel for the lake and a little bit better feel for the layout, where the fish might be, what they're biting on. Huh?
Kansas wind sucks.
Oh yeah, and it was super windy, and it was only, actually we'll just say it was super wavy, because I think it was only like 11-mile-an-hour winds, and it was white capping. It was fun in the flat bottom. But we're gonna get out here on the water and try to find some fish today. Don't know anything about this lake actually. Someone on Instagram suggested it. There's no maps or anything online either, and it's not in the Navionics app. So the only thing I know is that there's a lot of grass and standing timber. That's what I was told. So hopefully we can get out here and put something together and catch some fish in Kansas. It's been tough. James is over there repairing his reel he blew up in New Mexico. He's doing a good job. You got it?
Leave me alone. Alrighty folks, another James weather report update. Today we got, I think, about the same as yesterday. It said 65. It'll probably feel a little bit closer to the high 50s. 10-mile-per-hour wind out of the west. And this lake, it's tiny compared to some of the other ones we have, but you know what also is nice? Empty parking lot, which means we are the only ones out here right now, and possibly for the whole day. So I think we're gonna get lucky. We're gonna make up for yesterday's lackluster performance in Kansas, and we're gonna get out of here and head towards Input State here. So let's go have some fun.
I don't know what kind of grass it is, but there's definitely grass out here. It's starting to drop again. All right, James, that's good. We'll start it off here. All right, we just got to spot number 1. There's no maps for this lake, so I've just been using Google Satellite. GoogSat. So we're gonna fish this little pocket first. When we were trolling up, there's like a pretty defined channel out here with a bunch of, actually one gigantic tree, which I marked out there. We might stop and fish a little bit later, but the wind's starting to pick up, so that might be a little difficult. But we're gonna move some water. I'm gonna start with a spinnerbait, chatterbait, just try to find some active fish. Water temperature's 53, so I think they should start pushing up into these creeks. Well, we're gonna jump around a bunch and try a bunch of different baits. James is gonna eat some Fritos.
Not just Fritos, best kind, them honey barbecue twists.
Here we go! Kansas, take 2. War Eagle spinnerbait with the Exo Swim on the back is a little trailer. It's actually a pretty big trailer, but got a bunch of standing timber, a ton of grass, and wind. It is windy. We probably have about a foot of clarity.
I got a new bait. It's called the Swamp Monster.
Grass Master. Yep. Oh yeah, spinner bait. Oh, that's a solid.
Oh, dude.
He's not bad. First fish of Kansas.
Finally.
Oh, I got him good too. That's a solid fish. Throwing the spinnerbait across this secondary point. It's pretty windy, and he just crushed it. It's probably 2.5, 2 3/4. Let's get another one. You gonna do the don't touch me, bro? Or
See, you just did it. Mind games. It's the dark arts.
I like it. Get out of here. See?
No skunk, we could leave now if we want to, but we're not going to.
Let's fish this point a little bit more too. I have a feeling there's probably a couple more. Good start to the day. I like it. I like it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, dude, this is a big fish. Or he's decent, he's not huge. Wow, look how cool this fish looks. Come here, mama. Open that mouth.
Nice.
Chunk, dude. Chunk. Smoked it. Literally on the same secondary point. We went back and fished through the creek. Look at that.
Yo.
Look how
We might have to weigh that one.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude. Yeah, flip that to the side again.
Look at that belly. Hell yeah. 5, 6, 7.
Right on
Not
the money.
bad. 5.67 pounds on the spinnerbait. Same exact secondary point that James and I were fishing when I caught that fish earlier too. And we circled around this little cut. And I was like, let's fish the secondary point again. I bet you there's more here. Right where he was supposed to be on that spinnerbait. Just so fat though. Pre-spawn. Freaking awesome fish. Alright. Yeah.
Don't freaking touch me.
That's why we're here, James. Let's get them. You got that spinnerbait on?
Yeah.
All right, let's catch them. So both of those fish were caught on this Terminator half-ounce spinnerbait. It's got a gold and silver willow leaf blade and a Biospawn Exo Swim, which I got from Shop Carl's. Gonna leave this link down in the description below for you guys. I don't really throw spinnerbaits with trailer hooks too often, just because it makes it a lot harder to get that trailer on there. But I mean, it's a pretty big profiled spinnerbait. I use the whole 4-inch Exo Swim, and all I'm doing is casting out, letting it sink to the bottom, and just slow rolling it back to the boat. So just the blades are spinning, like barely spinning. That's what you want in that cold water. Both of those fish, hammer time. That was sick. Check my line, line's good. And the setup that I'm throwing it on, this is a 6/8 medium heavy, 15-pound fluorocarbon, high-speed gear ratio reel. Let's see if there's a third one on there. Take the front for a bit. Just keep us on this spot, keep casting at that. Got him? Yeah. James, yes.
With the tiny. Dude, this thing was like nibble, nibble, nibble. I was like, that's definitely
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Hey! Look at that teeny little freaking thing.
About a pound.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Spinnerbait fish.
Spinnerbait fish. Mine would have been eaten by like yours.
Nice work. Baitcaster fish.
Baitcaster fish. That's for you guys watching at home or at work or apparently on the bathroom during work. Yeah, after I finally cast it to where it needed to be after 7 tries, I'm like, I'm bringing the boat closer. Plus we were like on the other side because I was kind of not paying attention. So was that 3 fish on there? I think that was definitely a male. Did not look like a female.
Oh. Oh, it's another decent one too. Not bad. Dude, he absolutely crushed it. Fish number 3. Look at their choke and that spinnerbait. Windy Points. A solid little 2-pounder. See you, buddy. So, James and I have been out here for about 3 hours, 4 hours. Caught 4 fish. And basically, I wanted to go over really quickly what we've been doing to find fish on these new lakes, which is what we were trying to do yesterday on the scene, and it just didn't work. We completely jinxed ourselves. Obviously, now that I'm trying to film this video on how we're trying to find fish, we probably won't catch any, but we're gonna try our absolute best. But first thing we do is take a look at the water temperature. That's gonna kind of tell you where the fish should be, what they're doing. And right now, being spring, they should be getting into the backs of pockets like this with big flats. You want to find deep water that is close to shallow water and any sort of quick break lines with good cover. So this secondary point where we caught 3 of those fish was really good because it dumps out into this channel that runs through this creek. There's also a bunch of standing timber, which they just like to hug. And the secondary point being as windy as it was earlier, the spinnerbait bite was dope. We caught 3 fish, like a near 3-pounder, 5.5, and James's 1.5 pounder or 1 pounder.
Yeah, let's round down.
But another thing that we've been doing on other lakes that are on the Navionics app is basically just looking at the Navionics app for 20-30 minutes and trying to find spots with areas like this, big flats in the backs of creeks with channels running up into them. That's basically what we've been doing everywhere, and that's also kind of hurt us on places like Navajo, and where else do we struggle? Pueblo, our last stop, because I don't think we were fishing deep enough. But definitely keep that in mind when you guys are getting out on new bodies of water. I think it'll help you find more fish, and it's been working pretty well for James and I. What do we got? 55? That's pretty good. Is that the warmest we've seen? 55? Yeah. I think when we got out it was like 52. Are those fish? Those have to be carp. Yeah, there's a bunch of carp up there. I do want to fish just a little bit more over there, and then we'll call it. All right, last cast, Kansas. Come on, Dorothy. Okay, that's it.
What do you want?
So, Kansas gave us a hard time yesterday. Today, it showed us some love, and
Like 5 minutes.
then it just turned off again. We caught a bunch of fish this morning on spinnerbaits, secondary points, and a main lake point right in front of this gut. Perfect conditions, I mean, partly cloudy, very windy, and we caught 4 quick fish, and then it was just dead after that. We fished up lake, fished a bunch of standing timber, came back down to the same pocket where we were catching fish, and then that's really all she wrote. That was it. This lake is definitely more like home than almost anywhere we've fished. The last few lakes were all in the desert, super deep canyon lakes, super crystal clear water, smallmouth. It's pretty neat, but then coming here does remind me of fishing back in Virginia. Still cool though, caught some fish. James caught a bait caster fish today for you guys.
Turkey.
It was good. I'm glad we made the stop, glad we got on some fish. And now we are heading to somewhere. I'm actually undecided. I've been looking at weather. I'm gonna check some of the fishing reports between Oklahoma and Lake of the Ozarks. So, I don't know. I gotta get on the phone, check some more things out, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button for me if you're not already subscribed, and we'll catch you wherever we're going next.